So with the recent brute force attacks on WordPress and Joomla sites, it's obvious that the bad guys want to get into your WordPress blog. Now, let me get some facts straight. Did you know that the WordPress platform itself has never had a security breach? But how you set it up on your web host, the plugins and the themes that you add, and more is where the problems start. During our recent interview with Mike Little, co-developer of WordPress itself, he revealed how to protect your WordPress blogs. And we've taken his advice and tips and turned it into a full-fledged video course that shows you step-by-step how to secure your own WordPress blog. Plus, we've added our years of regular site and sales funnel security experience to this course as an added bonus. So regardless of your background, this course was created to help anyone with a WordPress blog secure it and secure the site as well. If you want to learn how to secure your WordPress blog and you don't know where to start, then here's a quick glimpse into the videos in this course. So the first video is called WordPress Security Tip Number 1, and I'm going to cover basically updating all your software and why that is important and what kind of software you should update, what kind of stuff you might run into, and how you can outsource it and things like that. The second video is WordPress Security Tip Number 2, and I'm basically going to run through and show you when you install WordPress what you should avoid in terms of usernames, and if you had created a WordPress blog previously and you're using this specific username, how to change it, and things like that. The third video is WordPress Security Tip Number 3, and we're going to cover how to create a strong password. And not only that, I'm going to also cover how to resolve one of the major problems, which is when you create a strong password, how do you remember, 10, 20 different blogs of different passwords? WordPress Security Tip Number 4, which is limited login attempts. Basically, think of it this way. Whenever somebody comes to your site, if they really, really want to get in, they will try to log in, guess your password, guess your username to get into your site. And what you want to do, though, in this case, is block them out. Now, you don't really have time to sit around and block people. So what you want to do is you want an automated system that will do it for you. And that's what I cover in this specific video. Moving on to WordPress Security Tip Number 5, we're going to cover the two-step or two-factor authentication. Basically, this type of authentication is used by banks, Google itself. Of these big agencies, government agencies will require you to kind of verify your information by using a cell phone. And you'll notice this especially when you create an account with Google. Now, I'm going to show you how to do this as well in this specific video. We've tested a lot of different systems that actually cost money, but in this specific video, I'm going to show you how to do it for free. Now, if WordPress Security Tip Number 5 is not going to work for you, and you want something that is simpler, but you still want that two-layer of protection, then I'm going to show you a different security tip in this specific video, WordPress Security Tip Number 6, how to password protect your wp-login.php file. This is going to be WordPress Security Tip Number 7. Basically, whenever you install and create your blog, by default, the WP database prefix is going to be set as WP_. Now, most people don't realize that this database prefix is just as important as the password itself. So you want to make sure that it is not easily guessed. And next is WordPress security tip number 8. I'm going to show you how to hide your WordPress version number. The reason why you want to do this is simply because if somebody knows your WordPress version number, then they know what kind of vulnerabilities you will have. And just to give you a glimpse in this specific video, I actually show you how to view the source code and how you can see for yourself the WordPress version number. From that point, I show you how to hide the version number. And of course, we got WordPress security tip number 9, which is protecting your wp-config.php file. And then of course, we move on to the next main section, which is regular site security. And this is tip number 1, and I'm going to cover hot linking protection. And we got regular site security tip number 2, video protection. A lot of people ask, where should you host your videos? Should you do it on YouTube? Should you do it on Amazon S3? Or should you do it on Vimeo? And then of course we got regular site security tip number 3. I'm going to show you how to password protect your folders. Now, while this may be a simple video, we're going to cover other ground like how you can password protect your WordPress, other areas of WordPress. For example, I'll give you a tip right now. WordPress folders, the wp-admin folder, you might want to password protect that. And you can also password protect your /uploads folder, specifically where you're hosting confidential documents. Regular site security tip number 4, disallowing Google indexing secured information. Next, we have regular site security tip number 5. We're going to cover 2 different levels, basic PDF security and PDF stamping, which is basically the concept and method of preventing people from sharing your PDF files. And of course, we got regular site security tip number 6, which is DMCA protection from black hat forums, piracy, and things like that. And of course, next we got regular site security tip number 7, which is flash video player encryption. And of course, last but not least, we got regular site security tip number 8, which is image protection and watermarks. Now, while this might seem quite simple, some of you might not, some of you may, it's actually something that you want to do, because when it comes time to do like a DMCA takedown, you want to have as much proof as possible that you are the original owner of that product. So we're going to take some steps to show you how to do that. And of course, after this video, there's going to be a video number 18, which is a final recap. I'm basically going to go run through all of the videos really quick. I'm going to give you pretty much fast track tips on how to quickly implement this stuff. So in case you get stuck along the way, watch that video. I'm going to give you some tips that will give you an extra push so that you can implement this system, because we really want to see you implement this stuff and secure your WordPress blog.